speed gains, and your equipment.
Fight Camp prepared me for this.
Fight Camp prepared me too!
Boom! Today we're reviewing Fight Camp's interactive boxing equipment. And I'm going to start this video off by saying that before getting this thing, I didn't know anything about boxing that I didn't learn from playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on my NES as a child. And that's not really a joke, which brings up my biggest reservation about this technology. How well is it going to teach me through video tutorials if I have no experience whatsoever? So in this video, we're going to take a look at not only how well does it work, but can it justify not only the space it takes up in my home gym, but it's got a pretty high price tag. And all of that is from the family perspective. So me, Winnie, and my son, who admittedly loves to just hit, kick, and smash into it. I also asked on our Instagram what type of questions you might have for this thing. So I'll try to answer some of those here, but I can't really post all of them because I've got a bit of an interesting following. What I'm looking for from this thing is not only something that keeps me engaged, but it's got to teach me what to do. I'm not really concerned with looking like an idiot because that's one of the main benefits of a home gym. Nobody can see what you're doing except, in my case, maybe the thousands of people online. But my neighbors can't see me wipe the tears from my eyes as the bag comes back and slaps me in the face. Fight Camp is a home boxing package with smart technology integrated into it. Rather than call it Peloton-like, we'll call it Peloton Light, meaning it's going for a similar result and experience, but it's not quite there yet. The coaches guide you through pre-recorded workouts, and the app connects to Bluetooth trackers in your hand wraps, which track your punches. The app then displays real-time stats on the screen, and it tracks your progress through workouts, over time, and against others if you so desire. There are a few options for how to buy this thing, but I have to say, it's not cheap. And even after that initial purchase, you do have to pay $39 a month to have access to the app, stat tracking, and all that. And I have to say, personally, I hate subscriptions. I mean, I get why companies do it, and with over 1,000 videos, they're clearly creating content, but even against the cost of a gym membership, trainer, or classes, it's a hard pill to swallow, and that's before the subscription. Now, regardless of which package you choose, they all have the same access to all of Fight Camp's resources and workouts. So it really comes down to what equipment do you need, and all of those packages have that free shipping. There's the Connect package if you already have a bag and gloves, which includes the wraps, and you can select small or large, the trackers, and a USB charger. I will say the wraps themselves don't offer a ton of protection. So if you have sensitive model hands like myself, you'll want some gloves too. There's the Personal package, which includes everything from the Connect package, but also includes the bag, ring, which keeps the bag in place, and gloves, which you can select small 12 ounce or large 16 ounce, and I'd say this package is appropriate for most people who don't have any experience or equipment. There's the Tribe, which is a family package, which includes everything from the Personal package and an 8-foot by 4-foot puzzle workout mat. Those mats are a 1/4 inch thick, another set of gloves, another set of hand wraps, as well as kids' gloves, which are 6 ounces and designed for kids 12 and under. With the subscription, you can add up to 5 people on the account, though only one of you can use it at a time. So for a family, that could be a pretty good deal. In my case, me, Winnie, and if we had any friends, we'd add them too. I'm sure that's not what they want to hear, but let's be honest here. I had a lot of people ask me, how is the quality of the equipment? And deservedly so. This thing's pretty expensive. And so far, it seems pretty well made. I mean, it kind of has to be, you're literally beating the shit out of it. So they kind of have to make it durable. And after tens of thousands of punches, mine is still looking great. Now, I've already admitted I'm not a boxer, so I don't know what a great punching bag looks like or what awesome gloves feel like. But from my experience so far, it's held up really well. I should mention you do have to set up the bag before you can use it. It's not particularly difficult, but it does take some time and is an additional step, if not another cost. They recommend filling it with 350 pounds of sand, which, if it sounds like a lot, it is. You could use water, but they suggest sand or possibly sand and water to get it weighted down enough. I wouldn't say moving the bag around once it's filled is too hard. I mean, it's a little bit big and awkward, but once you get used to handling it, it's not so bad. I mean, at least that's what I say at 190 pounds, who doesn't want to look like a wimp on camera, but for your entertainment, here's a clip of Winnie moving it for the first time. It's fairly straightforward to roll around, but honestly, I wouldn't want to be moving it very far once it's fully filled. Personally, the hardest part of putting this thing together was filling it, but that might have had a little bit to do with the fact that I bought my sand in the middle of winter after a big snowstorm. So, it was frozen solid. And normally, I like it wet, but I gotta say this one time dry would have been a lot cleaner and easier. And this is probably the only time I wish the hole was a little bit bigger. And ladies, if you're married, get your man to fill this thing. He's gonna be a lot more used to that motion. I've read some things about people having some trouble getting the straps over the lip of the bag as they're putting it together, but they must have made some adjustments because I didn't have any issues with it and overall it went together easily. From there you just install the app and follow the on-screen directions. It's all pretty straightforward and simple, but I have to say when you unbox the thing, it's a little bit odd because there's no directions or indication of what to do. So you just go grab the app and it walks you through setting things up, which is a pretty quick process. The app is fairly easy to navigate, though not always the most intuitive, so it can be a little bit clunky, but never to the extent where I got frustrated or wasted much time. You just select your path or workout and follow along, or you can filter things by trainer, workout type, time, rounds, really whatever you want. I also tested this on Android and iOS through my phone and tablet because a lot of companies will neglect one or the other. I found they both worked and synced well, so if I went between platforms, it would track my progress seamlessly. I will say you can complete the workouts on your phone, but it's not nearly as an enjoyable experience. It's just that that screen is so small, it's hard to watch and do it at the same time. It's not a complaint about Fight Camp, it's just something to know. My tablet, which is just an iPad mini, actually worked well for me, but I do feel like streaming it to a TV is my next big upgrade. So I guess we know where I'll be spending all your money from those affiliate clicks. I have to say though, swapping between family members on the same device is not a smooth experience. You have to sign the first person out to then sign the second person in. I think you really should just be able to click within the app. When it comes to workout options, they're not lacking. There's over 1,000 videos in multiple categories and paths to choose from. Tutorials, boxing, kickboxing, core workouts, warm-ups, you name it. It's not all just boxing either. They mix in creative movements during rounds and workouts. Things like punching the bag while doing sit-ups had me feeling like I was in a Rocky montage. There are 7 trainers that will walk you through workouts, and they're pretty good at keeping you engaged and motivated. I tended to really like co-founder Tommy Duquette because I feel like he's one of those rare occurrences where someone can take their experiences and accomplishments and combine it with the personality needed to teach, but I don't have any complaints about any of the trainers. Honestly, it seems like they could all kick my ass, and from what I've seen, they all have Tommy's teaching abilities. They do a good job of teaching proper form, types of punches, and technique, and if you do get overwhelmed, you can always go back and you do see things multiple times. The workouts themselves are pretty tough, not in that I can't figure out what to do type of way, but the trainers do a very good job of keeping things varied and pushing you. This thing is killer on your shoulders, but I've also had days where my back, biceps, and forearms are sore as well. If you're pushing yourself, this is a serious workout, and the stats from the trackers are a good reminder to keep pushing yourself hard as well. For better or worse, I'm a whore for numbers, so those stupid little statistics draw me in. And when I lost to Winnie in punch total on a workout one time, it took me to a new level. Now, she's a beast, but I cannot lose to her because she's a shit talker and I'll never hear the end of it. I will say it needs a friend system or something because to go against a person you know, in this case Winnie, she had to send me a link through email or text, or there are other ways. Then we had to sign her out, sign me in, then I clicked the link and I could go against her. But to say it was a clunky system would be generous. Now some of that is because we're on the same device, but it is not a smooth experience either way. Workouts have set goals for number of punches and power output, and it can track your heart rate as well, though I don't own one of those, so I can't speak to how well it integrates. The trackers themselves are really the only new tech here. They're small Bluetooth devices that fit into your hand wraps and track your stats using some type of algorithm. Now, I'm not really sure how it all works, and nobody's ever accused me of being too smart, but it does seem to track with some accuracy the speed and intensity of your punches. Now, I have seen it miscount punches when I really try to focus on the count, but I'm half blind and don't count that well anyway. And regardless of how well it calculates, it's a fun way to track your progress and push yourself as you see those stats displayed on the screen in real time. And I'm not really too concerned if it misses a handful of punches when a workout consists of hundreds and oftentimes thousands. Much like a walking cliche, I've used the gym as a way to deal with things in life that have stressed or angered me. And something about hitting things achieves that same feeling for my monkey brain. And I don't have to feel like I'm killing myself under a loaded up barbell here. I can just flail my arms around while screaming. Maybe it's barbaric or unsophisticated, but I'm not manly enough for a therapist, so I leave it all in the gym. I've been lifting for years and stopped running long ago, and this has me questioning my flexibility and endurance. And for somebody who used to run at a pretty high level, it's very humbling, a little bit embarrassing, and probably exactly what I needed. And I will say it's been a fun way of trying something different and learning something new while attempting to get back into the shape I didn't realize I had lost. Whether you think it's worth the money is going to be based on your wants and needs. It is a good product, but that's also a high price tag. Like, comment, and subscribe to boost us on the algorithm. Hope this video was helpful. I'll see you next week.